people. So those of you that are watching and get super excited because this is number 6 on your take-home quiz. It's 2 plus 4 tangent of theta over 2 minus pi over 6. Okay, let's rewrite this. This is your vertical shift. Just because it's in the front, you're still adding 2. And then remember, we need our theta to have a coefficient of 1. So I'm going to bring out a half. Okay, so we have y equals 4 tangent of 1/2 theta minus. Now, what is 1/6 divided by 1/2? You're going to get pi over 3. Okay, and then our plus 2. So with tangent functions, that just means instead of having our point on the x, we're going to have it at our new midline, which is going to be y equals 2. Okay, so with tangent, we don't need all that much information. We just need that b is equal to 1/2. Okay, so that we can find our period is going to be pi over b. So pi over 1/2, which is going to give us 2 pi. Okay, and then remember, we do have a phase shift, right? What this says that we're going to the right pi over 3 units. Okay, then let's go find our asymptote. That's going to be pi over 2b. So pi over 2.5. So at pi. So what this means right now is you're going to have your period, the length of your cycle is going to be 2 pi units, and the length of your asymptotes are going to be pi units apart. Okay, so now let's go draw. And we're up 2 units. Okay, so now we need to shift this, and this is why I do the arrows. Okay, we need to shift this positive pi over 3 units, because that's what this means right here. That means moving pi over 3 units to the right. Okay, so what do you get when you do 2 plus 1/3? Well, you get 7 pi over 3. And if you have no idea how I've got that, you need to go review your fractions. And I'm not saying that in a demeaning way. I'm saying you have to get a hold of your fractions because this is going to be hard. Okay, so then you have pi plus pi over 3, which gives you 4 pi over 3. Now let's go do our x's. Okay, let's do pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 3 pi over 3, which is pi, 4 pi over 3, 5 pi over 3, and 2 pi, because that's 6 pi over 3. Now the reason I went from 0, okay, to 2 pi is that's the length of our cycle from here, okay? So think about it if you were going to go run a mile, okay? Instead of starting at the 0 mark, from 0 to 2 pi, you're going to start at the 7 pi over 3 mark, okay? You're still going to go a mile, okay? Or in this case, 2 miles, but you're going to start at this point instead of this point, or instead of 0. Okay, so then let's go the next, the other way. Negative 2 pi over 3, negative pi, negative 4 pi over 3, negative 5 pi over 3, and negative 2 pi. And I'm going to go just one more. And you guys will see why in a minute. 7 pi over 3. Okay, because that's what this says. This says, okay, our length of 2 pi is now going from pi over 3 to 7 pi over 3. So what we're going to do is, remember, your period is where your dots are going to go. Okay, so from 7 pi over 3 to 2, because we have a vertical shift of 2. And then let's go do our asymptote. Our first asymptote is at 4 pi over 3. Okay, now remember, your asymptotes are at every odd multiple. So that does not mean 1, 5, 7, 9. Okay, that's your old definition of odd. Okay, what that means is you're going every other one. And remember, our asymptotes are pi units apart. So what is 4 over 3 minus 1 pi, right? That would be 3 over 3. Well, we're at pi over 3. So we're not going to have an asymptote here because it's every other one. So now subtract another pi. So another pi is going to get you negative 5 pi over 3. Or sorry, wow, negative 2 pi over 3. Maybe I need to redo my fractions. Okay, so then what would be minus another pi? Well, that would be negative 5 pi over 3, but remember we're doing every other one. So it would actually be at negative 8 pi over 3 would be your next one. Okay, so from your starting point to your next asymptote should be pi units, and that is true. So, Okay, so let's go minus 2 pi, right? Because that's going to be the distance between each dot. We've already done all our asymptotes. So from here, we need to go to pi. Well, do the math. Pi over 3 minus 2 pi would give you negative 5 pi over 3. Okay, now this is a positive tangent function, which means we have no negative right there. But if we did, we'd flip this, okay? So now all you do is make sure you're as close to your asymptotes as possible without actually touching, okay? So there's one, and here's another one, okay? And then here's your next one. Please make sure you have an understanding of tangent. If you need to watch 15 videos, you need to do that because tomorrow we're going to start doing the reciprocal functions. So please watch this video over and over and over again until you get it. Also, this is number 6 on your take-home quiz. So encourage your other peeps to watch this. Okay, bye, make good choices, and have a fabulous Sunday.